Salvatore has lent me a corner of his lemon grove, so I can prepare a delicious lemon and limoncello mousse.
The first thing that we have to do is fresh eggs. We're gonna break them straight into a bowl.
I just want to use the egg whites here. It's important to get them all fluffy.
Be careful whenever you whisk the egg white, because often people turn the whisk into the bowl, just like this, and that is a mistake, because you don't bring air into the egg white. To make sure that they're fluffy, you have to lift the whisk, so then all the air goes into the egg whites. That's it, I'm happy, and you know when the egg whites are done, if you can do this. Look, no egg white coming anywhere. This is not a magic trick, they're just perfectly whisked.
In with some custard sugar. And now for a bit more whisking. What I'm looking for is a light meringue texture.
All of a sudden, the egg white is gone light, fluffy and shiny. Okay, I'm happy with this. Now, mascarpone cheese.
It's best to loosen up the mascarpone.
Now what I'm gonna do is to grate the skin of an Amalfi lemon.
Of course, any old lemon will do the job.
The smell is unbelievable. That's it, I'm done with my lemon skin. I got a little bit on the zesty here, and I'm not gonna let it go, because to me, this is like when you have flakes of golds, you don't want to waste them. Now, limoncello liqueur. I'm gonna add a few drops into my mascarpone. The lemon zest from Amalfi, the flavor of the limoncello. This is gonna be fantastic. Mix everything together. Straight away, you start to fold in the egg white into the mascarpone mixture. Always little by little. What you want to achieve is something that is creamy, but yet we haven't lost any air from the egg whites. I'm really happy with this. Now, the way I like you to serve it is by using a cocktail glass, because if you have a party, this is gonna look very cool.
Look at that creamy mousse. And to finish the dish, crushed hard amaretti biscuits.
And that's it, the job is done. Look at that. My lemon and limoncello mousse. And I found a nice little spot over there where I'm gonna eat it.
Buonissimo. It doesn't get any better than this. I've bought some of this amazing mozzarella to make something very special for my sunset cruise with Salvatore and his family from the Lemon Grove.
I'm gonna show you a little nibble, which is amazing if you're having a party, your friends around, or you can use for antipasti. And it's mozzarella wrapped with parma ham, served with the pesto and soft cheese and rocket leaves. Now, the first thing we're gonna have to do is to flavor the soft cheese. So what I got here, I got some nice soft cheese that is gonna go straight into a bowl. You can use any kind of soft cheese. Mascarpone will work, ricotta cheese will work, absolutely fine.
Pesto and soft cheese go so well together.
And now we're gonna add a little bit of black pepper. Okay, so now you can imagine the flavor of pine kernels, the cheese and the basil from the pesto mixing with the soft cheese. Okay, I'm happy with this.
Time for the star ingredient.
The two mozzarella that I have here is the first one here, the bocconcini, or also known as cherry mozzarella, and the big one here. Look, this is the one you would find in Italy. This in Italian is called zizza, which in English translates to a woman breast.
For this dish, the little mozzarella works best.
Get a few slices of parma ham and lay them on a chopping board.
On with the creamy soft cheese and pesto mix.
Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use some rocket leaves that I'm gonna lay over the parma ham.
The peppery and bitter rocket contrasts so well with the mild cheese.
Just put half of the mozzarella on one side of the parma ham, just like this. Okay? And now simply what you have to do is roll the parma ham with the soft cheese and the rocket leaves, just like this. See, this is exactly what I like about Italian food. You pick up 2-3 ingredients, fresh rocket leaves, fresh buffalo mozzarella, a bit of parma ham, and the flavors are gonna be just amazing.
When I serve these little nibbles later, I know that a limoncello cocktail will go perfectly with them.
The first thing you have to do, make sure you got 2 nice fruit glasses like this one and a fresh lemon. Get your glasses and put them on the top of the lemon. So you make sure you wet the edge of the glass, like this. And then get yourself a little bowl of custard sugar and dip into the custard sugar. Let's see, I'm happy with that. Now for the limoncello. Straight, you probably want about 2 to 3 fingers of limoncello going on the bottom of the glass. And straight on top, we're gonna go for Prosecco. You can use champagne if you want, but I prefer the Prosecco because the Prosecco has got a little bubbles with the limoncello. It's gonna be very good. See? That's it. Ha-ha! My perfect party food.
But you can't eat deep-fried pizza every day. So when I was growing up here, my mom created something special just for me.
I used to love pizza, and if it was for me, I would have pizza every day. So what she did, she came up with this dish where it uses the same flavors that you would have on a pizza, but using chicken. And the recipe is called pollo alla pizzaiola.
Chicken in breadcrumbs with pizza sauce.
And even today, I still make the same dish for my boys.
My pizza sauce starts with fried garlic. And of course, I have to have tomatoes. A bit of seasoning. And the herb you get on loads of pizzas, dried oregano.
So you mix everything together, like this. Okay, after 10 minutes, it's absolutely done. Now, for the chicken, get a breast of chicken, put it on a chopping board, and cover with a little bit of cling film.
Next, I get a cooking mallet. You can also use a rolling pin.
Very simply, what you want to do, you just want to bash it down until you get about 0.5 centimeter thick breast of chicken. That's it. And the reason why I do that is because you want it to cook it very fast, and if it keeps nice and thin, all the moisture is going to be into the chicken.
But before I fry the chicken, I need to coat it in toasted breadcrumbs. So I need some eggs.
I like to do the eggs because I remember when I was little, it's the only job in the kitchen my mother would give to me, is whisking the eggs, and that's it. In there, we're going to pour salt and pepper.
I'm seasoning toasted breadcrumbs and flour with Parmesan cheese.
Go straight on top. Fantastic. So you get your breast of chicken, it goes into the eggs. Okay, just like this. And then straight away from the eggs, onto the breadcrumbs. Like this. Put it on top, just press it down.
Before you fry the chicken, bash it with the back of a knife. Then it won't curl up in the pan.
Straight into the oil. Look at the sizzling. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Beautiful.
There is time to make a salad now, but no heavy dressings. Italians like to taste the leaves.
A little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, which is going to go straight on top, and a nice squeeze of lemon juice. like this. Okay, I can hear that my chicken is ready to go the other way. Oh yes, nice and crispy, fantastico.
Coat the leaves using your fingertips, nice and gently.
So once you've done that, go straight into a little bowl. Fantastico.
Now I'm ready to serve. I can smell that pizza sauce.
The flavor of the garlic, the oregano, the tomato going through it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Then we get the chicken. The chicken is gonna sit on top. And the last thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a buffalo mozzarella. 2 to 3 slices on top. And this.
To finish, a bit more oregano, black pepper, and a little extra virgin olive oil.
Beautiful. And this is how you make my mother pollo alla pizzaiola.
I've never cooked with ingredients from a volcano before, so I really hope I can make Gianmarco's family proud with a simple Italian peasant dish to show off their vegetables. Frittata.
Now, a frittata is like an omelette, but bigger, and if you like courgettes, is one of the best recipe ever because courgettes and frittata, it just work fantastic.
A good frittata starts with red onions.
And what I want to achieve here, I want to make sure that they get nice and crispy and caramelized.
Now I'm going for color and sweetness with red and yellow peppers.
And of course, to make this one even more caramelized, the best thing to do is to put salt straight away. You take away all the moisture from the vegetable and it cooks much quicker. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper. And the job is nearly there. Now, of course, the courgettes. Just slice them in about ½ centimeter circles. It will do the job. And again, straight in the frying pan. Give it a good shake, like this. Now you can see where my frittata is going, right?
While the vegetables fry, I'm going to make a beautiful fresh tomato salsa. I'm just chopping the tomatoes roughly, leaving the skin and seeds in.
I remember when I used to cook with my mother, when I used to be a little boy, she always said to me that whenever you cook with tomato, it's such a beautiful fruit that you don't want to waste anything. And I think that is very important.
Olives work so well with tomatoes. For a little kick, I like a bit of chili.
So a couple of pinches will do the job. Salt, very important, because it helps the tomato to kind of marinate.
And the essentials in any Italian kitchen: lemon juice and extra virgin olive oil. Let's not forget those incredible basil leaves. They are going to make this salsa really take off.
And just stir them in there like this, very kind of rough and ready. Look, mix everything together and look at the color, huh? That's how you make a proper tomato salsa.
My fried vegetables are ready. All I need are the eggs.
You cannot make a frittata without eggs.
In go some lovely golden eggs, beaten and seasoned.
The eggs are gonna get all the flavor from the courgettes, the onions and the pepper.
And a Gino frittata needs a good Parmesan cheese.
And now I'm gonna show you a technique how to turn your frittata around, okay? I get myself a lid, any lid will do, or you can use a flat plate. And this is the technique. First of all, make sure that the frittata is cooked on the bottom. I pour my frittata onto the lid, like this, okay? Then I'm gonna pour the pan on top and that's it. Job done. Tuck in the sides, So make sure that everything is in there. Oh, the smell is unbelievable.
More grated Parmesan cheese, and we are good to go.
Let's see, my frittata is beautiful and ready. Oh, come on. Look at the color, eh? The green from the courgettes, the red pepper, the melting Parmesan cheese on top. And there is only one way to serve my frittata, the Gino way.
The salsa looks beautiful if you scatter it on the top of the frittata.
Perfetto. And I really hope that the guys are gonna like my frittata.
Enjoy your meal, guys.
Buon appetito. Buon appetito.
I'm joined at the table by Gianmarco, Tobia, and Mamma. And I just hope I've done justice to these incredible ingredients.
Buona. Zesty.
Very summery, the vegetable are nice and al dente.
È buonissimo.
Buonissimo. That's what I like to hear.
For me, this sums up everything special about the place where I grew up. Good company, great surroundings, and fantastic food. Napoli, ti amo. Naples, I love you. My dish is carpaccio of beef with the Italian garnish gremolata. I'm kicking off with some seasoned beef.
Whenever you have to fry, whenever you have to sear, whenever you have to cook, what you need is an ordinary olive oil. So get your ordinary olive oil and drizzle all over the beef.
It's not worth using extra virgin olive oil for frying, as you lose that fresh olive flavor. I'm covering every side of the beef before searing.
Make sure you got yourself a hot frying pan and start to sear the beef all over. You sear the beef about a couple of minutes on each side.
This is my version of gremolata, starting with flat leaf parsley and garlic. What makes my recipe different is that I replace lemon zest with capers. Also, my gremolata isn't the standard dry garnish. Mine is wet.
The reason why it's a wet gremolata is because I'm gonna add extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. And of course, always keep an eye on the beef. And this is exactly what you want. Look, nice light brown, and carry on with the other side. Now, the only thing that you have to do is to chop away.
I could use a blender here, but I don't want a puree. I want my gremolata to have a rough texture.
Once you learn how to make gremolata, you will use it over and over again. Oh yes. I'm happy with the beef. Let it rest for a good 3 to 4 minutes and carry on with the gremolata. Now, what we need to add is a good squeeze of lemon juice.
The sharp lemon will cut through the rich extra virgin olive oil. And I have to season it.
And this is the consistency that you're looking for. So it looks like a roughly chopped pesto. Now's the time to slice the beef. Just like that. Now, can you see? All nice and seared outside, but yet rare in the middle. This is what a carpaccio is all about.
The beef should be thinly sliced, and while it may look very rare to British eyes, trust me, it will melt in your mouth.
This is the kind of dish that you would find usually on Italian tables, especially when it's on Sunday. Cover the slices of beef with a wet gremolata, just like this.
All I need now are some fresh rocket leaves, dressed, of course, with extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice.
And the last ingredient is shaved Parmigiano Reggiano.
You can't beat a good Parmesan cheese.
Let's see, this looks good. Beef carpaccio with gremolata. Now, this is the dish that you should have in Puglia.
It couldn't be much easier. A fantastic way to make the flavor of the olive oil sing. It's Angela's pasta with broccoli and fresh tomatoes.
The first thing that you have to do is to boil your broccoli. So get your broccoli, and they're gonna go straight into boiling water.
I'm adding a fair amount of salt for a good reason.
This is exactly the same boiling water that we're going to use to cook pasta. Leave it in there to cook for 2 minutes. In the meantime, what I'm going to show you is how to prepare your garlic. Slice it roughly, just like this. You don't want the slice to be too thin because otherwise they're going to burn very quickly.
Another way to stop garlic burning is to start it off in a cold pan with the olive oil.
Time to switch it on.
Red chili adds a kick. I've taken out the seeds.
Very soon, garlic and chili are going to start to sizzle in the olive oil. The broccoli are ready, and they're going to go straight into a bowl with very cold water.
This stops the broccoli cooking and keeps its vibrant color. I want to cook some sweet cherry tomatoes until they break up.
I got my beautiful little ears here, the orecchiette. So straight into the boiling water, just like that. Make sure that you turn the pasta around. And I don't know if you realize, there is one thing that I haven't done, is to add olive oil into the water. That is absolutely useless. You're wasting your money. I'll tell you why, because the oil is gonna sit on top of the water. The pasta stays on the bottom, so what's the point of doing that? To make sure that the pasta doesn't stick, you need to keep the water boiling. Now is the time for the broccoli. Pick them from the water and make sure that you give them a good squeeze. Like that. Then roughly chop. Straight into the sauce. And now it's time to season with plenty of salt. This is the perfect vegetarian dish. It's light, it's healthy, it's colorful. This is Italy. This is what Italy is all about. Make sure that whenever you cook pasta, it's nice and al dente. Drain the pasta and it goes straight into the sauce.
All the pasta must be coated with the sauce.
And have a look at this. I mean, you already have the colors of Italy in the pan. The white of the pasta, the red of the tomatoes, the green of the broccoli. I'm happy this is ready to be served. Look at that. The best of Puglia in one plate of pasta.
Beautiful to look at, easy to make and full of flavor. A perfect pasta dish.